Back in the kitchen and back in the Bob's Burgers Burger book to hopefully cook a delicious Shake Your Honeymaker burger. A sweet and salty burger of the day. So let's get started and let's vibe out. Listen, I don't make the rules, but if I did, the first law I would certify is that every burger has to come with caramelized onions, so let's make some. Are you excited?
If I die from fun today, scatter my ashes in the bounce house and tell them to keep bouncing.
I can always count on you, Gene. So this definitely isn't the first time I've made caramelized onions on this channel. In fact, I feel like an onion pro at this point. We're going to slice up a lot more onions than we probably think we need before getting them into a large Dutch oven along with some water. This process will just help break down the onions faster, and isn't that what we want?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
Trust me, you do. So we want to crank up the heat just a little bit to steam out these onions and to get them nice and soft very quickly, because the onions can't start to caramelize until a lot of their moisture has been reduced, but we also don't want them to burn. It's a little bit of a balancing act. Thankfully, the water we added actually helps with this process. If you want this to be a healthier batch of onions, you might want to close your eyes, because I am coming in hot with a whole stick of butter. At the end of the day, I'm not afraid of some extra fat.
There's so much other stuff to be afraid of, like getting stuck in one of those beds that flips into the wall, or falling down the shower drain.
Getting choked by a guy.
We have now entered the part of the cook where patience is going to be your best friend, and possibly your best man at your wedding, depending on how things go. At this point, you might start to see the onions begin to start to change color, and we want to be stirring them frequently. I kind of forgot to mention that olive oil is also a good substitute for the butter. Either way, you're probably gonna wanna start tasting it because it's gonna be smelling that good.
I'm not gonna eat it, Teddy.
Then why'd you put olive oil on it?
I didn't. It did it to itself.
You guys were talking all that crap. And yet, here we are with the best looking caramelized onions you've seen all day. The kind of onions that make you feel things you've forgotten about, that makes you think about the one that got away. Wow, that took forever. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. So now we're back to doing the other steps in this recipe. What am I doing with this sherry vinegar? In this tub, jar, whatever you want to call it. What am I doing with these fresh dates? That's a great question. So here's the scoop. I'm gonna get a clove of garlic. I'm gonna pick a couple of these dates, and then I'm gonna take this, and the garlic, and I'm gonna throw it in the food processor, and then I'm gonna do a real quick chop. That's gonna provide a huge boost of flavor and give us a nice little drizzle of extra sauce to go with our honey later on. So let's do it.
God, this is a disaster.
Sorry for the butt cheeks level audio in this video when I'm talking directly to the camera. I think I was dealing with some faulty cables, forgive me. So here's a date. Probably should have left it intact because they are honestly kind of sticky. I should have just thrown them in whole into the food processor since they aren't that large.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I didn't think of that. That would have been the way to do it.
This recipe does require a food processor for the most part. I probably wouldn't recommend you give it a go if you don't have one. I kind of believe that the whole point of a burger is that it should be pretty easy to make. If you do have a food processor, just toss in the dates with some garlic bulbs and some sherry vinegar, and then allow the machine to do a few chops. We don't want it to become too mushy, just really chopped up like so. At first glance, it kind of looks like candied bacon or honey roasted almonds.
So I'm not seeing things. I got pretty drunk this morning at brunch at the lodge.
All right. It's time to prep our meat. Well, if it isn't meat time all over again, we are sticking to the usual seasoning process with a little bit of herbs sprinkled in as well. Since we're adding a lot of sweetness into this burger with the dates, the honey, the caramelized onions, we want to make sure that we are very generous with the salt and ground pepper.
That sounds like a great idea.
With the patty seasoned, what do you say we start rolling it around? We are on the home stretch now, but we need to make sure we evenly coat each side as best as we can. Now the patty is prepped, let's move over to the stovetop and cook it up. You guys know I like to cook my burgers on a cast iron pan because I don't have a griddle. So let's get the pan up to high heat and then throw down the oil before throwing down our patty. The only thing left to do is to sit back and take in the sounds of cooking this patty. If it all falls apart now, at least we had fun, right?
Ugh, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
How easy it would be to fall for you. But that, of course, is something I won't do. 'Cause we've agreed between you and me, we're nothing more than friends.
This burger is pretty much done and it's bringing tears to my eyes.
Oh, you poor thing. You poor dumb thing.
All right, guys, let's build. Bottom bun first, followed by some green lettuce, so crisp, so clean. Then a healthy portion of our caramelized onions that couldn't have turned out better. Top that with our juicy patty, followed by our chopped dates mixture. Sprinkle on some feta cheese, drizzle on some warm honey, and then complete with a top bun. And there you have it, a burger so beautiful, it's bound to make your lover jealous. The burger is completely done. I'm so excited to try this one. Don't lie to me, does this not look like the best burger you've ever seen? The caramelized onions, the feta cheese, the whatever mixture we made with the vinegar and the dates and the garlic. Oh, it looks so good. I know that texture from the lettuce is gonna come through great. And the butteriness from the buns and the sweetness and the savoriness and the saltiness is also freaking good.
Yes, we did it!
Calm down, compose yourself. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a big old bite, and then I'm gonna tell you how it tastes, and then I'm gonna review it. So let's see how it stacks up against every other recipe in this book. Let's go. Oh my gosh. All right, bon appetit. A burger unlike any I've ever had in my entire life. So sweet, with just the right amount of salt to come through and balance it all out. It is a near perfect burger for me. You know, everything is subjective when it comes to food, but for me, near perfect burger. So what would I rate it? Coming in with a 9.75 out of 10, this burger did not come to play around. Strictly business, and business was booming. I highly recommend this one if you want to go all out. So as you can see, I was really happy with the way this one turned out. Very good burger, I recommend it. And another burger of the day has gone our way. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button for the algorithm. I would really appreciate it. And come back for more. I'm gonna chow down. I'll catch you later. Peace. Thanks for feasting with me today. And please subscribe if you liked what you saw.